So we've heard talks today from people that have inspired us with their stories. But now we're going to try something new, something difficult. I'm going to show you that economics explains every decision we make. I know you're stunned. I was when I found out. When you're a teenager, it's no longer socially acceptable to watch a Cartoon Network, make paper airplanes out of your homework, or hang out with girls. That is, unless you're 18. Or at least that's what your parents think. As teenagers, you'll have to make big decisions on your career, your friend circle, and the type of person you want to be. How could a subject meant for bankers show you the way? We're going to look at conventional life advice, the school values teachers say we're supposed to know off by heart, and we're going to compare normal advice to economic advice on two big teenage issues, procrastination and motivation, or as I like to call them, hyperbolic discounting and marginal decision-making. Procrastination is a thief of time. What does that mean? It's Sunday morning and you sit down at your desk with a clear schedule, a tight deadline, and a cup of coffee at hand. You have a big essay to write. But suddenly, you feel the irresistible urge to begin a game of Candy Crush, browse cat videos on YouTube, and refresh your Facebook news feed again. Oh yeah, big essay due tomorrow. No problem, I'll get it done. Just let me get into the right mood first. At 10 p.m., you realize that you've wasted a completely good day, and you lock yourself into your room until you complete a half-hearted essay. The next day, you walk into class, slip your essay into the middle of the pile, and resolve never to do the same ever again. But really, you forget about the essay completely until you get your grade back. Wow, I actually did pretty well in such little time. Maybe I only work well under pressure. Sound familiar? It's procrastination, and it's normal. It's a daily routine for me. But why is it a problem? Well, procrastinators started out with dreams of becoming straight-A students, but now end up dreaming for more time. Economists call procrastination hyperbolic discounting. Initially, it's very easy to sign up for a task, to commit and psych yourself up without actually doing much. And that's what the blue line initially shows. But when it actually gets around to doing the work, slacking seems so much easier and distractions suddenly pop into our head. We tend to go for the small, immediate reward on the red line. How can economics cure procrastination? Well, economists have one simple message for us. Stay on the blue line. When a non-procrastinator has an essay to do, he makes a decision and he sticks to it, instead of thinking about how difficult it will be to get the whole task done. He thinks about how much time he'll get to browse his friends' pet photos on Facebook after he gets the plan, and then the whole essay done. He thinks about the big reward on the blue line. Surprisingly enough, he also thinks about striding into class to hand his essay in at the top of the pile while he puts his chin up and while other procrastinators look on in amazement. Economists didn't research students putting off homework to the last minute at first. Hyperbolic discounting was first applied to people who didn't save for retirement, who didn't spend time with their families, who abused addictive substances. Economists solved the problem of procrastination on accident. If procrastination is the thief of time, then motivation is the goldmine of productivity. When you get a report card saying, you need to be more motivated, how you feel when your parents react, that's not motivation. Motivation is your unique reason to stay on the blue line. So what does it feel like? It's 6 a.m. and your alarm clock screams at you to get out of bed and go to school. But instead of hitting the snooze button again, crawling under the covers and falling asleep, you leap out of bed with a big bright smile on your face. In these instances, you're not crazy, you're motivated. So quick show of hands here, how many of you would enjoy watching TV next week over your Chinese New Year holidays? Okay, that's pretty much everyone here. Sounds like fun. In fact, I just figured out how I'm going to celebrate giving this talk today. How many of you here would enjoy studying next week over your Chinese New Year holidays? Wow, okay, that's scary. I could see the color drain from the faces of some of the senior students in the front section. But why? TV brings out a whole range of emotions in us. It can make us laugh, it can send shivers down our spine, it can light a bulb over our heads. What emotion does work bring out in us? Sleepiness. What if I told you there was a way to make work feel like watching a favorite TV show? Economists say that we make decisions at the margin. No, not the side of your page you fill with doodles. We make decisions by looking at doing a little bit more than we're doing right now. We do things where marginal benefits equal marginal costs. And this has three key implications for motivation: comfort, meaning, and values. First, comfort. This means that we need enough material benefits to motivate ourselves to do work. And that explains the warm, tingling sensation we feel when we get a good report card, are praised by our teachers, and in the future have high job security. Second is meaning, and that takes over when teacher superstar stickers aren't good enough. Meaning cannot be measured. It makes a difference, and it increases the marginal benefit of doing a task. For example, a biology essay can be an absolute pain, and we've all been there. But on the other hand, it can be a creative exercise that leads us all to save lives as doctors later on in the future. Third is values. And there, what happened? Values are when you act with your dreams in mind. Values increase the marginal costs of not working towards your goals. So we're less likely to neglect relationships, break our moral code, and waste time. If you ask a teenager without values why he shouldn't be studying, he'll write a textbook to answer you. We call that making excuses. Marginal decision-making was first applied to businesses to tell them what to invest in. But it has vast implications for our personal happiness, telling us what to invest in. So we've covered two important things today. We learned how to beat procrastination, and we learned how to get motivated. Hyperbolic discounting tells us to reject small desires, block distractions, and act with our long-term goals in mind. And marginal decision-making tells us to get motivated, to turn meaning into values by increasing marginal benefits and decreasing marginal costs. Surprisingly enough, this doesn't mean you all have to turn to homework machines. Sorry, teachers. What it does mean is that you all have to do something when you get home today. You have to get off your smartphones, find a quiet moment, and think. Think about what matters to you. Think because it's the best time to figure yourself out. Think because it's teenage life. Second, we've learned that economics gives us hope. Economics is a relatively new subject. You'd almost say it's in its teenage years. Pick up any newspaper nowadays and you'll find out that economists make mistakes. That's no big secret. But they learn from them. We've learned a few models from economics textbooks, and we've applied them to our personal lives to improve our decisions. I believe economics can improve our decisions on a personal, national, and global level. And I believe that is an idea worth spreading, because we'll be the ones voting and shaping society in the future. Thank you.